everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today I wanted to do a nice relaxing little paint with me of a little ocean waves kind of theme. You might have seen it from my July plan with me, but I wanted to kind of do the tutorial in a full-length video because you guys loved the last time I did that for a ocean painting. So yeah, I'm just gonna get out all of my materials. I just got this beautiful ceramic paint set from Sylvan Clayworks that I'm going to try out for the first time. I'm going to get out my little glass jar of all of my favorite watercolor tubes, and the ones that I'm going to be using for this painting are going to be my Indigo and Payne's Gray Cotman Winsor & Newton watercolors, and I'm going to do a few others which are a lighter blue, slightly grayish purple color, and a dark green. And then I'm also going to be using my Dr. Paige Martin's Bleed Proof White paint and all of my paint brushes. I'm only going to use a couple of paint brushes, so I'll show you guys in a second which ones I choose. But first things first, I have to set the mood and light a candle. This one's one of my favorite candles and it's almost gone and I'm so sad. It's like a grapefruit one by PF Candle Co. I love it so much. But now I'm going to do some little marks on the outside of my page. So I want a small border around my painting. So I'm going to mark where I want the paint to go, just so on all sides it's kind of like even looking. And then I'm just getting out some painter's tape that I got from Michael's a little while ago. That's been working really well for me. And yeah, now it's time to put all of the paints on my palette and I'm pretty much ready to go. I've never used a ceramic palette before, but I've heard a lot of good things about blending on them, so I really wanted to finally get one for myself as a little early birthday gift. And now I'm just getting out my paintbrushes. I'm just going to use 4 different ones. One that's a medium flat brush, 2 medium rounds, and then 1 smaller detail brush for just the little details in the waves. And we're pretty much ready to go. And before I started this painting, I wanted to look back at my old waves ocean painting that I did last year. I just kind of wanted to look back at the techniques that I used and things that I might have wanted to change in the new painting that I'm going to do today. And then after that, I took a look at some Skillshare videos to kind of give me some tips and inspiration for doing like layering techniques with watercolors. And if you guys don't know who Skillshare is, they are an online learning platform with thousands of different classes that you can take. I think it's such an amazing thing for creatives and fascinated people that are just trying to learn a new skill. And the course that I'm retaking right now to kind of brush up on my layering techniques is this one called Watercolor in the Woods by Rosalie Hazlett, which was kind of like a perfect warm-up video to doing my watercolor painting. But yeah, if you guys want to try out Skillshare, you can click the link in my description for 2 free months and you'll get unlimited access to their thousands of classes. Alright, so now I'm finally ready to start painting. I am getting out just a round brush and I'm mixing some blues together. So I'm doing a light blue, a little green, and then some indigo. And then I'm also mixing in some of that white in there to kind of create like a lighter blue color. And I'm going in with a very like light wash. And I'm gonna pretty much do this all throughout this first layer of the painting. And I'm going to be doing multiple layers in this tutorial, since I feel like the main thing to kind of get those like waves and ocean to stand out is through just tons and tons of layers. But I was super inspired to do another ocean painting because my boyfriend and I did our first little day trip since quarantine started to Half Moon Bay, which is one of our favorite places. He actually asked me out there 8 years ago, and so it's just kind of like one of our favorite spots to go and kind of get away for a little bit. And I feel like It was just so weird going there and seeing the ocean for the first time. I got like emotional at the sight of this big, vast body of water. We weren't even able to go on the beaches because they were so crowded and I was not about to do that. So we just went to our favorite place, Barbara's Fish Trap, and we just got it to go and sat in our car right near the kind of beach area where he asked me to be his girlfriend 8 years ago. So, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of capture it in a painting, so that's why I'm painting this today. And for these first couple layers, I'm just kind of starting off by doing a bunch of squiggles, basically. I'm taking my medium round brush and I'm just going in with a bunch of different like kinds of blues. The bottom color I used more of like a greenish blue color, and then the top I'm using more of like indigo and Payne's gray to do the waves portion, because I don't really want the water to be like teal. I just wanted to kind of have that in the background. And I'm trying to do some of this while the back layer is still kind of wet still. That way you get some more like softer waves instead of really like harsh lines. But the darker colors that I'll be going in with next will be kind of more like harsh lines to do the detailing. And I find this flat brush is really, really good for doing like wave detailing. It's so thin and so like kind of like long, so it creates this like wave detail that I really liked. And yeah, I'm just kind of making sure that my back layers are softer colors and are more watered down. And then the more layers that I do, I'm going to kind of darken up those colors and make them more harsh lines so that the detailing comes out a bit. And if you ever have a line that's like really harsh or you kind of want to blend it out a bit, just put some water on your paintbrush and make it so that it's not as harsh of a line before it dries. You can even do this after it dries. It's just easier when the watercolors are still flowing. And yeah, now I'm going to take a deep indigo, and this is what I want my waves to be generally. Is this just like indigo Payne's gray color? I find this is my favorite color for doing water paintings. It's just such a nice deep blue and I love it so, so, so much. I've had this tube ever since I started YouTube, I think, and somehow it miraculously has still not run out, which is very surprising. But I love this color so much. So yeah, it's kind of coming together now. I feel like this is the point where I actually can see the painting coming alive and looking more like ocean waves. And I do want to keep some of those like lighter reflections showing through. So you don't want to just like paint over everything because you do want those reflections in the water. But if you do and go overboard with the paint like I sometimes do, you can just take out some white paint and go in with a detail brush and just make those highlights brighter and kind of stand out more. I'm just doing it to certain places that I want reflections to kind of come up. So just down the middle of this painting, I'm just going to do some small little white detailing. Also, I just have to say this voiceover has not gone well for me for some reason. First, the leaf blowers start blowing like crazy and I have to stop every 2 seconds. And yesterday, I think I broke my toe trying to save my dog because my sister said she was choking, so I ran over and I stubbed my toe. She ended up being totally fine, by the way. It was just a cough, but now my toe is black and blue and I can't walk on it. And when my computer just decided to die, I ran over and tried to get my charger and I forgot I had a broken toe and it hurt really bad. So this video is not going the greatest for me. So I think this has taken me like 2 hours to voice over, but that's okay. We're getting through it. We're almost done. Hopefully nothing else goes awry. But just to finish off this painting, I'm going to do some glimmers in the water, which is not something I did in the last waves tutorial I did, but I really wanted to try it out since I've never really tried to put like glimmers in water before. I just love when you look out into the ocean and it looks like there's just like a bunch of sparkles everywhere. It's just so magical, so I kind of wanted to try to recreate that. And before I do the final detailing, I'm just taking off the tape and I'm just kind of trying to get a better idea of what it fully looks like. I'm blending out some of the parts of my painting and adding in a little bit more white detail. And before I do the last detailing section, I kind of wanted to show you guys what it looks like with all of the painting portion done. It honestly turned out so much better than I was expecting. The first few layers, I was like, okay, this is not going to turn out well, but I just feel like you have to power through those first sections, and then it starts finally coming together. But now I'm just taking out my white Uniball Signo pen, and I'm just doing a little bit more white detailing to kind of make those reflections even stronger and more prominent. You can totally do this with a white paint as well and a fine detailing brush. I just find it to be a little bit easier with a white pen, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit in doing that. But yeah, this is pretty much the final painting. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. I thought it was really fun, and I just really wanted to do another ocean painting since you guys loved that tutorial last time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I'm going to go take care of my toe now and rest, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and be sure to tag me in any of your recreations on my Instagram because I would love to see them. All right, see you guys in the next one.